Wealth creation is actually dull and boring. Well, welcome to subramani.com, and please click on the bell icon, please subscribe to the channel, and please give me feedback about what you like and what you do not like. So let me go back to what I said. Wealth creation is dull and boring at many times. You wish your portfolio rocked and it went up every day by a small amount. Every day when you look at your portfolio, you want it to be in the green. You want all the investments that you made to be in the green, preferably. And such a thing should happen every day continuously for months, weeks, days, years, whatever. Unfortunately, your portfolio doesn't rock every day. There are times when it does nothing. There are times when it does well and you're afraid that this may not be sustainable. There are times when it does very badly. There are times when it bleeds. You have to sustain through all this. So what are the steps and why is it invisible? Apart from being boring, it is invisible because when it happens very slowly, you don't even realize it is happening, so therefore it is invisible. And what all can you do to enhance it? Now, if you are young and if you are earning and you are investing in direct equities, every year you will get a dividend. What do you do with the dividend? You let it lie in your bank account? That's a mistake. Whatever be the amount, let's say last week I got a dividend from a company called SGL. Doesn't matter what is the name, and it was about ₹1 lakh. So what do you do with 1 lakh? You either reinvest it or you spend it. Now if you don't have a reason to spend it or any reason to save it, you will reinvest it. So where do you reinvest? Simple. I have to just invest it in SGL. That is called reinvesting the dividends. When you reinvest the dividends, you take away the need to think about where to put that 1 lakh which you have received from a particular company. Give it back to that company, because that is what you would have done in case of a mutual fund. You would have gone for a growth option, which means no dividend would have been paid to you. Here the dividends are coming to you. So far it was tax free, now it is taxable. So at least the amount which is received can be put back into the same company, or if you want to say that there is taxable income, so therefore 1 lakh minus 30,000, so 70,000 can be reinvested, right? Assuming you are at the 30% slab. So that is one thing you can do. What are the other things that you can do, must do, have to do? Or what you must not do, right? Spending more than you are earning. Now this is a little funny. Not everybody knows that they should not spend more than what they are earning. So there are two types of savers: strong savers and weak savers. Both of them, let us say the strong saver is saving 30% of his income and the weak saver is saving 20% of his income. The weak saver does not believe that he should be saving. That is the mental attitude which is the problem. Now after 4 or 5 months of saving, suddenly the fridge needs a replacement. So the weak saver immediately says, oh, my fridge needs a replacement. He breaks his saving habit, whether it is an RD or a fixed deposit or whatever, and goes and buys the fridge. Nothing wrong with this, but the whole attitude is, I am postponing expenses rather than I am creating wealth. Now obviously postponing expenses is something which you will do, because you need to create wealth for yourself in the longer run. So that is something which you will do, but it does not mean that you will not keep money for growth. So you need to create two separate buckets. One which you are postponing expenses. Maybe you do an SIP in a debt fund and say, after this reaches a particular level, I will keep replacing assets. Otherwise, I will not. Need a new AC, need a new fridge. Yes, you can do that. You create a portfolio of say 10,000 rupees a month or 5,000 rupees a month, which means you create 60,000. End of 3 years, you have 1,80,000. And then you reach a comfortable level saying, whenever I need to replace an asset, I just dip into this fund. That is one way of doing it. The second way of doing it is to say, I will replace these assets every 5-6 years. So till it is 6 years old or 10 years old or 15 years old, depending on which asset and how much you use it, you can do this to a plan. Of course, if it conks off and in the middle of summer, if your fan conks off, fans don't require funding today, it's very cheap. But if your AC requires to be replaced, well, the fund can be used. If your fridge needs to be replaced, it can be used. The washing machine, use the fund, right? So create for yourself a discipline saying, I will not jump into my investments or my saving just to buy something. For that, I will create a separate fund. So maybe it is over and above the 20% which you are anyway investing, right? So you also realize that for wealth to be created, you need to do something called continuous compounding, like a mango tree. A mango tree doesn't stop contributing to you. Exactly like that, an equity fund doesn't stop contributing to you. You have to continuously compound. Continuous compounding includes the amount of money that you return to the company, the dividend which the company pays. Now, over 30-40 years, believe me, that money that you give back to the company, the dividend which you reinvest in the shares of that company, can be huge and substantial. Don't ignore those numbers. Don't think it is only 10,000 a month or only 10,000 a year or only 1 lakh a year, depending on the size of your portfolio. Whatever you get, 750 rupees, 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, whatever dividend you get, just buy the shares of the same company which gave you the dividend. In case of mutual funds, you have none of these problems. Money gets reinvested. You are in the growth plan, so nothing anyway comes to you. So that is easier to handle. And equity portfolio, just reinvest the dividend and keep reinvesting more and more of what you are getting. Thank you.